And so in practice, we've had cases where we have to identify all the stakeholders. Who are the people that will ensure that this solution interfaces with the public? And who are those public that will actually use it? So we get everybody maybe in separate rooms, but we speak with them. So for us, co-designing means getting every critical stakeholder in the room, be it the decision makers at the top or the frontline workers at the bottom. So what we've learned is if we need to take 10 days, 1 month to engage all the stakeholders, but it's important that stakeholder engagement is a critical part of the product development or project execution. And so in practice, we've had cases where we have to identify all the stakeholders. Who are the people that will ensure that this solution interfaces with the public? And who are those public that will actually use it? So we get everybody maybe in separate rooms, but we speak with them. And then for the decision makers, they have a different target. They are looking at things differently. They want to see how their, for example, population data is projected. So for a solution we developed on micro planning, health service delivery, where we have frontline workers taking vaccinations to settlements, vaccinating children, providing ANC services to women, all those kind of stuff. And it has to do with population estimation. So the guys at the top are interested in how you project their population for different reasons. For political especially, if they claim there are 3 million people, they want to be sure that your solution projects that 3 million so that during an election, they are standing by it. So if you come back to say their population is 1 million, they are not going to take it. So you have to align with them from that angle. You also need to be sure that it ties, whatever solution you're building ties with the objectives, the goal of the government and all that. And when you're done with that, you go to the frontline workers, the people who go to the field, those who actually use the product. And so for every single time we develop every version of the solution, we pilot it for both categories of stakeholders. We pilot it to the decision makers, we get their feedback, and then we go to the field as well and pilot for these actual end users. And we've seen some discrepancies between how the two, react to things. The guys at the bottom, some of the times are disgruntled because what is being projected is not the actual thing. So we try to find a balance so that they being the actual adopters, they will be the final users who are taking this chatbot to the field, who are using it for route optimization to find the missed population, the missed children to be vaccinated and all of that. And so co-designing for us means we're identifying everyone who needs to be in the room at every step. We've also had a situation where we needed to confirm or validate some formulas. So, for this micro planning, there are some standard formulas that is used to estimate number of vaccines, doses and all that. So we also identified who are the critical people, even though the guys at the top have given us the formula to say, oh, this is what we use to estimate in the States. We also met people who actually procure these vaccines, who know how these numbers work, to say, okay, can you look at these things? And at some point, it meant we had to stay under the 3, literally, because it was a public health facility in a rural area and it was busy that day. So we had to sit under the 3 to validate those formulas, so just to be sure that that product works for any level of stakeholder. So yeah, for us, co-designing means getting everybody who is critical to that product in the room.
Thank you for that.